Mr. Ferguson's house is insured for $284,000. The insurance premium with hurricane coverage is $1.25 per $100. Calculate the amount Mr. Ferguson would have to pay for insurance with hurricane coverage. Now, the first thing that we have to determine is how many $100 are there in $284,000. And the reason why we need to know that is because it says that the insurance premium with hurricane coverage is $1.25 per $100, which means that for every $100 that is in $284,000, he has to pay $1.25. And so let's determine how many $100 are there in $284,000. Now, in order to do this, we divide. So we say 284,000 divided by 100, and that gives us 2,840, which means that there are 2,840 $100 bills, or $100, I should say, in $284,000. Now remember, the insurance premium with hurricane coverage is $1.25 per $100, which means that for every $100, he has to pay $1.25. And so that means that we have to multiply. We take $2,840. We take 2,840, which is the number of $100 inside this number, and be multiplied by $1.25. And so that gives us 3,550. So that means that the amount that Mr. Ferguson would have to pay for insurance with hurricane coverage is 3,550. Next, it says that Mr. Ferguson has to pay the first 25. It says that Mr. Ferguson has to pay the first 2% of any claim. Calculate how much Mr. Ferguson will have to pay if his house sustained $53,700 worth of damages. Now it says that he has to pay 2% of the first 2% of any claim. And so we say 2% of 53,700. And so 2% written as a fraction is 2 over 100. Of means multiply. And so we have 53,700 all over 1. Okay, so we have 2 multiplied by 53,700. And when we multiply the 2, we get 107,400. And so we have 100 multiplied by 1. And 100 multiplied by 1 is definitely 100. Next, we divide these two. And when we divide them, we get 1,074. And so that means that the amount that Mr. Ferguson will have to pay if his house sustained $53,700 worth of damages is $1,074. Next, it says that Mr. Ferguson decides not to insure for hurricanes. The insurance premium is now only 45 cents per $100. Calculate his savings at the lower premium. And so the first thing that we have to determine is how much $100 are there in $284,000. Again, how many $100 are there in $284,000? Indeed, there are 2,840 $100 in 284,000. Now we know that for every $100 in 284,000, he has to pay 45 cents. And so we say 2,840 multiplied by 45 cents, and that gives us 1,278. And so that is the amount that he has to pay with this insurance premium. But that is different from the first one that we calculate in part A. And they want us to determine his savings at the lower premium, because the first one that we determined in part A was higher, but this one is lower. And so we have to, in order for us to determine his savings at this lower premium, we subtract. We take our answer from part A, which is 3,550, and we subtract that with 1,278. And when we subtract it, we get 2,272. Next, it wants us to calculate his percentage decrease in payments. Now, in order to determine percentage decrease in payments, what we're going to do is we're gonna take the savings, all right? Or we're gonna take the savings or the amount. We're gonna take the savings, which we got from the previous question, which was $2,272. So we take his savings, $2,272, and we put that over the original, which is 3,550, and we multiply that by 100 over 1. And so what we do is we multiply 2,272 by 100, and that gives us 227200, which is 227,200, all over 3,550. And we divide these two and we get 64%. So the percentage decrease in payment is 64%. And that's the answer to this question.